TV in the place to be, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. Go subscribe if you haven't already. We're finna go ahead and get into it. Today, we're reacting to a video on Lord Cardiac's channel. Lord Cardiac is a Canadian from Toronto. So this is some interesting information to go ahead and get into. Academics has been, during this Drake and Kendrick beef, he's been very much on Drake's team, on Drake's side, giving Drake the benefit of the doubt, as well as being, Drake's microphone to speak into and to get, to get him to echo that to everyone, regardless if it's been the truth or just misinformation. One reason why Act's bias, I feel like Act has some bias to Toronto, is because Toronto has a very high Jamaican population. I think it's the highest in Canada overall is in Toronto. So whenever he went out to Toronto, and he even said this on his channel, he got love that he never expected while he was out there. So I feel like he has some bias to this because of the identity politics of him being Jamaican, from Jamaica, and then it having a very high Jamaican descent in Toronto. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Man, let's go ahead and go.
Crows in the chat because the guys them are back. It's your boy Lord Cardiac, aka Six Crows, and we're back with another reaction. We got West Coast friends now because guys them are 5K up on subs and all this. Yo, shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the crows. If it's your first time on the channel, go ahead, give me a like, comment, subscribe. I need that for the algorithm, algorithm ting always on YouTube. So let's just get straight into the video. There's a real black culture in Toronto, and Drake has not been a part of that, ever. Ever. So, Aubrey, from the 6, this is a message to you.
I'm falling. I got no powers. I got no right to be pretending to be the witness. I got nothing. Focus, focus.
15 years. This man them been moving waste. Get me?
Hold on. Have y'all seen Drake embrace black culture in Toronto? Like, not just black culture around the world, but like embrace the black culture in Toronto in particular. And not saying embracing it by trying to rap with the Jamaican accent, because to me, that's like one form of it, but that's not really everything. Because, just how you sound is not your expression of culture. That's language. Language and culture sometimes don't necessarily go hand in hand. Sometimes that language could have been imprinted, or people have to speak the language by maybe some governmental force, maybe by some invaders, any different reason under the sun. So just because you use the accent doesn't mean you're embracing the culture, because you could very well still not be eating the food out there. You could still not be, tapped into none of what's going on, none of the local artists. You might not really know none of the slang. So some folks might say that him using the Jamaican accent in some of his songs is going to be like, oh, complete homage to where he's from. But like I said, have y'all seen him embrace black culture where he's from? Because I haven't.
Me like very shaky warrior, no pun intended. But this guy is not one of our guys. He doesn't come from our culture. The man them are from Forest Hills. This is not the... I was riding through the 6 with my woes. You don't even have woes. We know from the South. Eh? We know from the South, stateside. Besides for Jay Prince and them, you were doing no street things, dog. No road things, man. But this acting background that you have has been very, very helpful in your career. And we're going to get into why. The man them have to prove what? That he came from a place that is not known for hip-hop. And the reason I say not known for hip-hop is because I'm going to be honest. Crodies, hip-hop was born stateside, no? Hip-hop was born stateside. So, of course, we had to study y'all culture in order to catch up with that time and the thing that was going on in the culture.
Let him cook now.
So there's certain things from certain places, New York, even something from LA. Get me? That's the motherland of a lot of things, streetwise and otherwise. But LA was studied by the 6.
So this also was part of what, Academics was saying this on his channel a few days ago. He said the words. He was like, in other countries, the love that they have for the artists is different from the like versus in like New York, LA, Texas. I mean, you can say Cali, all of Cali, because you even got the Bay, Chicago, Louisiana. These places are known for having a culture, of, you have some gangsterism, as well as you have really the background to pretty much add their own flair to the music itself. That's why you used to have like regional music. And not all music was would always touch every part or even go from one coast to the next. So academics, you might have a point where if you're an artist from the U.S. and you go somewhere else out of overseas, you might get more love from there. But the difference is you're not getting the love from the people from the culture. There's a difference whenever it's stamped in America, because when it's stamped in America, you can really take it most places else. Other countries buy into it. Like it is true. So, yeah, you're right. You might not get the same. Like the crowds are not the same. Like you can even tell the crowds are not the same. When you look at a foreign crowd and the youth crowd from the U.S., the U.S. crowd, a little more scrutinous how we're going to look at it. I'm not saying everybody's looking for good quality music, but it has to hit here for it technically to get that note, for it to be even a reason for people overseas to listen to it. So, and I might be just saying this, y'all might know this already, but to that point, they had to study hip hop. So yeah, they do like hip hop. Yeah, they do enjoy it, but their way of like vibing to it is going to be different from people from the States. And even this guy's kind of explaining it. He's like, we had to learn it. We had to study it. That's the reason why, like, our neighborhoods don't have a lot of, background in hip hop. If they Jamaican, they might have more background in reggae, dancehall type shit. So, I kind of get what bro's saying with that.
We have to make knowledge of this.
Easy now.
We have this clip of Lil Wayne, and he's basically giving the advice to the man and telling him, yo, boy, listen, don't be out there acting like you're me.
Because you're coming over here about me, that you got to start rapping about the things I rap about. Don't do none of that. Please rap about your little TV show, whatever you want to rap about. Rap about girls. Do that. That's what you're good at. Like, don't come, because, of course, it's only natural for you to come over and just think, if I'm with Wayne, then I'm going to rock like Wayne, and so I rap about what I rap about, and so that was one of the main things I had to tell him from the jump, like, hey, don't change anything, don't start singing about killing nobody, start singing about the streets.
Yeah, talk about what you know.
Yeah, keep it Canadian, man.
And this is where I want to say, I personally know that because of Wayne's take, and because of what I went through touching road in New Orleans on Canal Street and all in Bourbon, really moving with the movers and shakers and what across the canal from the 9th ward to the 7th ward to the 4th ward to the 10th ward. You understand? From what I really went through in real life, Drake, you made us look like a joke. Man, them didn't keep it Canadian because he stole from everyone that came into his path.
Dang. And there's a Canadian saying this. That's, you know what I'm saying? You got to respect it, because he's even being honest about the fact that their background's not in hip hop. He's saying, I've been to Louisiana. He's saying since he done been there, he's been around people who've been in these environments, so he actually kind of feels a little bit more touched down to the culture. Because it is some Jamaicans, it is some Caribbean people in Louisiana. Like, square business. So he probably do got some people, like some family who moved there instead of moving to Canada. So, he could probably go from here to here and actually really meet the people and actually really get a vibe for what's going on and really get an understanding of what's going on. So for him to peep that Drake is over here taking cultures and, doing some culture appropriation, especially a black culture, it's kind of embarrassing, Drake. to be honest with you, like, you know.
I'm gonna tell you a little story, okay? Ayo, Chubbs. Chubbs. Hear me. You remember this face? And you see a couple kids rapping, and you bring Little Old Me to the studio. You remember this? You remember you tell me I'm your uncle now? You remember the game you ran on kids for Drake? You remember this?
But I never miss it. I feeling like Curry. Yeah. Hold up, I got it. These niggas ain't about it.
Matter of fact, let's crow.
I haven't changed anything about myself. He met me, and he really liked the kid that he met. You know, he's like,
How old were you drinking that?
that was about, I'd say it was like 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
2 or 3 when that album came out, yeah.
2 years ago. So, and he was like, don't stop smiling either. Don't try and get mean or aggressive. He's like, just be you, man. Just be you and rap about life and women and family and just love life and be happy. Be that guy. Be the guy that I could never be because he can't be that guy.
I ain't gonna lie, Drake done used so many doggone bars from other people's music. He done used people's songs. It's a video, I think it's called 17 minutes of Drake still in music or something like that. Hold up. 17, let me see. Drake been stealing, fans make 17-minute video, Drake stealing music. Y'all can literally see this on YouTube. Like, go over there and run the views up and come back. Like, real shit. So, for him to say, like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna change. He told me not to change what I did. You sure did. You did. You trying to rap gangster now. You been hanging out with Jay Prince a little bit too much. He been talking about taking back fades and all types of random ass shit that we don't know what he's saying. You been hanging out with a nigga like that, bro. You come on now. You been hanging out with the wrong people, thinking you him, and now folks able to see that you're not him. You been stealing culture. You know, a lot of things Kendrick said was right. A lot of folks knew it already, but now they're looking at it like, like the picture's becoming more broad because there's more folks coming out and saying certain things about you. So
He's an actor. He's an actor. He's media-trained actor.
he really ended.
So when he got tired of playing one role, he just started playing another one. You get me? Yo, you were never that guy. You get me? You are the slasher of teens. You remember SpongeBob and them say, hash-slinging slasher. You! Do we have proof of that? Only he will have the CCTV footage. But we have the CCTV footage of you never being a roadman or gangster at all. Back to the video. God, take this nigga from us now! Gee! Free top five, free top five, free top five.
Abby was on top of the world, creating hit after hit with his team of ghostwriters. All his success got to his head, and he really thought he was a part of the big three of hip-hop, when he forgot that there was this machine behind him. Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucien and Universal. Wow.
Now I want to say about Drake and his rich baby daddy, Lucien Grange. Lucien, you are the catalyst for the thing that destroyed my town. We're saying the culture of Toronto. We allowed certain things to go on. There was just guanin. That's what I say in the six, in the dot. You get me? What I say, yo, there's no rules. There's just guanin.
That's one part of like when somebody get money in the city and like all the men chasing that man to get the money, you know what I mean? Like they chasing the man with the money who got it in his hand. He might, if he gives some off, he give it off, But at the end of the day, he's not teaching you how to fish, or you're not even trying to learn how to fish. So you could feed your family for the rest of your life and teach them how to fish so they can feed their family for the rest of their life. Lessons for lifetimes type shit. So in my mind, that's part of the problem too, is some folks, like whenever somebody get rich, the rich folks know how to play broke folks, So now they rich. Now they might be like, hey, come over here. We're going to listen to how you rap. Oh, okay. Yeah, get you in the studio. Maybe get you a song. Then he gonna listen. Then they might listen to the song. Drake, we know he got writers. They might listen to the song, come up with some good context, some good verbiage, and some good ways to throw it out there. Shit, and they might write a masterpiece for him. And now he's just using different flows, whether it's this person's flow, that person's flow, because he's known for taking flows, taking lyrics, taking songs, all types of shit. I mean, using songs, but in my mind, it's taken because you're using the whole song and you just pretty much just using your voice. Man.
You get me?
But
like, there's a
end of the day, you're gonna have to try to get it off. You're gonna have to try, like, if Drake's taking off in your city, or if you got somebody taking off in your city, without trying to do any hating on them, you might as well try to do something for yourself while the buzz is going on. Because at the end of the day, that's what like matters, is you got a little bit of spotlight on you. Now you can kind of show your face, pop your shit, make some money for yourself, and now it's getting the picture you're getting able to add more color to the picture type shit. That's how I feel. Like, you get to add more color, like you can just bring more money in, and everybody can have more influence.
There's a certain hierarchy when you go to LA. There's a certain hierarchy when you go to New York. There's a certain code of ethics. But because we're always in the dark and in the cold about everything when it comes to the culture, because hip-hop in Toronto is ran by white people. You think that the juice box people, you know what I'm talking about? Look, I had them. You think that they run stuff here? You have no idea. You have no idea. You get me? And we're going to get to this Hell's Angels, this and that too. We're going to get to this Hell's Angels, this and that too. But I think I'm going to save that thing for the next video. You guys stay tuned. Give me a like, subscribe right now. All right, cool. We're going to keep this one rolling. Let's go. Let's crow.
He's like, man, my daddy got it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my daddy controlled the spans. My daddy got the DSPs. Tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget. On Stay Ski, Drake says, tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing.
And bro, he didn't draw for any, when you tore holes in your budget, you didn't draw for any of the guys them from the city. Can we just make that known? Because you have a way of saying that because you made OVO Fest, and because now your logo is on the Toronto Raptors jersey, that you are some guy them to us on road. You're not, okay? So you never word like, no, you're not like us either. We need...
Damn. I ain't even gonna hold you. See, if I would have said all this as an American, bro, y'all would have just been like, you a big, heavy Kendrick fan. But if you know me, bro, I used to really listen to Drake back in the day. Like the first song I listened to was Play Ball. I listened to all the old mixtapes and albums. And I personally feel like after What a Time to Be Alive was probably like What a Time to Be Alive. I didn't really listen to this. I mean, like kind of like a little bit of Views. I didn't really like Scorpion like that, but I liked More Life a little bit more. You know, I liked a few songs from Her Loss. Maybe a few songs from For All the Dogs. So I'm not just a full-fledged just Kendrick fan, but I feel like Kendrick's bodies of music is just much better overall. So on top of that, and maybe Kendrick might need to take notes on this too. Like, Drake already got to the point where he was doing features with everybody in the game. In my mind, you can also, and to be able to really have influence, to be really moving and shaking, you would tap into some of the local Toronto rappers. Now, like, you wouldn't necessarily want to do it if they gang affiliated, because you could potentially get wrapped up in it. You know, as maybe, I don't know if they got Ricos in Canada, but like some type of maybe Rico out there, or maybe they ops see you with them and now they're trying to catch you too. So it could be a dicey game depending on how Toronto is cut up. Like if it's one of them situations where, you know, they gang maps is real close and things like that, or if they do have a lot of gangs out there, or, you know, a lot of street activity, it could be one of them situations where, you know, it might not be advantageous to get into it. But if it's not, you might as well go ahead and get somebody from this side, somebody from this side, somebody from this side. Really, you could even say you're trying to get the best person from this side, this side, this side, and this side, and just turn them all up. Let them all get their time to shine. Because then you're really going to be getting money coming back to Toronto. And it's going to be advantageous to get that Drake feature. But what you got to do after that is you got to sit back and just start making bodies of music, like good bodies of work, like Jay-Z, and keep dropping that. Now, when it comes to the internet, like looking into what Kendrick has been putting on your name, I don't know if you ever better get them off your back about that, dog. The internet is notorious for cannibalism. You know what I mean? For full-fledged cannibalism. So, you know, you could be hot one day, gone the next. So, enjoy your time while you got it, but you also got to be willing to share the wealth and share the experience, because you probably have less people mad if you did do that, in my opinion. You know, you already got Lord Cartier looking at you like, bro, like, you ain't this and you ain't that. See, if you knew you weren't this and weren't that, but you gave folks who were this and were that the time to shine, the time to do that on camera or on the mic, and they were good, boom. Like, I feel like that worked.
We need a not like us count. Someone in the comments right now, comment how many times I'm going to say not like us during this video. Because we totally agree. We totally agree that he's not like us either.
Damn.
You were raised by your mom.
You your daddy's son, and you your mama daughter.
For the successful man that she raised. But look at the character of him. And may God bless Sandra for the successful man that she raised. But look at the character of the man, is what I'm saying. That's what this video is about. It's not about how much money a Drake made. It's about who did he never give it to. Look at Kendrick Lamar. Look what he does for his city. Look at the turkey drives and all the things that goes on in the town. LA, Florida. You see Kodak Black giving back to his block. The very block that you rap about, when you say started from the bottom, if you go to that video, Brody, you were never on that road doing anything. Nothing. I'll be done by Aubrey. You got guys them who were, man, can I go there? Management, can I go there? Hey, listen, you got petty hustlers around you. They aren't even real guys.
Gotta write their fucking heart away.
This is a fact.
Like they just said, Drake is a great pop artist, but that's as far as it goes. You can't claim to be a legend in hip-hop when all these reference tracks and ghostwriters are popping out of the woodwork.
I think Drake is a dope artist. I think he's a dope pop artist. You know what I mean? But as far as hip-hop, the skill in hip-hop is your writing. The skill in hip-hop is your ability to tell your story. It's not like being a pop artist or a singer because, you know, the skill in singing and R&B is singing, the vocals. The skill in rap is being able to convey your story in a way that's captivating. So I think it's a different thing. I think Drake is not that. I think he's the other thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
He's a liar.
You know what I mean? Stay over there. You're beautiful over there, bro. But that's all I got.
We need some daddy blues
Ayo, we got
in hip-hop.
we gotta talk to Chris Brown and see what Chris Breezy have to say about Breezy. Breezy. That's a man named Breezy. I'll fit the man name. Oh yeah, I'm bumped here now.
Okay, let me ask you this though, because you said something that's very, very vital to rappers, right? You just said Usher. You said Usher. Forgive me, Park. You said, but then you said Neil has run
Shout out
so
to the
many.
big checks, yo.
Why in
No, he's a
hip-hop
legend.
that is frowned upon?
In hip-hop.
Because if I was to write a song for you, right? Like if Chris Brown was to come to me and say, "Y'all want to write a song about Queens, New York," and then you say to me, "Lori, I want you to write it," and I write it. It's frowned upon. Yeah, you know what it is? Because
Listen, I feel so betrayed, bro. I feel so betrayed. I gotta let this out. The Crodies on the West Side have been asking me, yo, when you gonna make this video on Drake? Bro, I feel so betrayed. I feel like I'm closing the door on my city, bro. Because you had every opportunity. Top 5, a bunch of other guys in 2016, man. Why did we all catch jail time soon thereafter, bro?
Sorry, yeah, I was lucky having to take, like, I was having to do some work at my job, like, on the side, but I was kind of listening too. Yeah. Like, I heard what Drake was saying. That's not, you can't, like, Drake could clearly be having problems in the rap game overall. I feel like it's a lot of smokes and mirrors to keep everybody looking like he's the man, but it's kind of like he's not able to cultivate the right friendships with people. Two people, the Weeknd, Party Next Door, you ain't been good at it, bro. I don't care what you think. With the Weeknd, you were bullshitting with him. He didn't necessarily want to sign to you, and you were almost trying to make him sign to you. Party Next Door, he signed to you, and you kind of closed him off as an artist. You shut him down. You shut bro down. Maybe because of stuff in the background. Maybe Party was on that powder getting wild with you. But, you know, kind of stopping his music, letting him play the background was not necessarily something advantageous for him. You might be cool, but he's not somebody who could be still dropping music while you taking his heat, which would still make you money. Both of y'all money. And then on top of that, you ain't really putting the city on. We don't know nobody from Toronto. You ain't put nobody from Toronto that we know of on your album. Now, maybe if y'all done seen some, maybe let me know. Y'all drop them in the comments, the songs they was in, all that. Yeah, I remember, you know, him putting some of that, what was it? He was putting some of that Jamaican stuff off in, if you're reading this, it's too late. But that shit was low-key hitting. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that album, I mean, that mixtape was low-key kind of, that was one of them projects. That was before I'm like, before it started getting more shaky. Pretty much, as time passed by, it'd be less songs in the album that you rocking with, me personally, that I'm rocking with per album, versus back then, it used to be most of the songs in the album, or most of the songs in the EP would be straight up bangers. Whether bro singing, rapping, da-da-da-da. My issue with Academics too is Academics is also not looking at videos that's going to expose Drake in any way, shape, or form, because Academics is still trying to save his relationship with Drake. You kind of goofy because Drake said he was going to give you an interview. He never did. He gave Bobby an Althoff an interview last year, but he never gave you an interview. Like, and that's crazy. You waited up. You stayed up all night waiting to see the interview. I mean, waiting to hear the album. And when you heard it, you was like, it's aight. And after Drake heard that, he was like, yeah, no, I'm not going on there for you to actually give me some real criticism. He wanted you just to hop on his Johnson on some weird ass shit, and then he probably would have gave you an interview, or maybe told you that and did the Playboy Cardi route, like how Playboy Cardi did Aiden. That's crazy though. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, bro. Do y'all feel like Drake is low-key blocking his own city? Do y'all feel like he blocking people's shine? That's not too good, man. That's not good news, like real deal. But y'all go ahead hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm gonna get at y'all in the next one. Y'all stay out the way.